So my last video, I realized I didn't make a great cup, and I realized it might be a good video to show you how to troubleshoot what kind of went wrong with the one that I wasn't crazy about that first video. So the shot pulled a little too quickly. It wasn't as thick of espresso as I would have liked, and the milk was a little thin. So we'll show you how to fix those. So the shot pulled too quickly. It wasn't creamy enough. So I'm gonna flip my thing to the finest setting from 2 to 1, and I'm actually gonna have to bump up my amount. So the finer the espresso, the longer it'll take to push through the finer espresso, and the more espresso that's in the cup or the portafilter will also take longer to push through. More resistance, so it takes longer. Is able to pick up more flavor, get thicker. I'm actually gonna do a double this time too. So I still got it on single, but I do it this way for the fact that it makes less mess. If I do a single, just give a light tap and then do another single. It ends up, see how that fits easily. I didn't spill a single ground. Just a little light tap and do it again. If I just do straight double, it ends up making a mess. You can do it, it's fine. It's just, I just do 2 singles in the double filter and it tends to make less mess. See, we got a little spillage there. The doubles tend to spill worse than the singles. And I kind of hold my hand kind of like that. So that's going to be too much coffee. I can't even hardly fit the portafilter in there. That's what actually this thing is for. It gives you an idea of how much espresso. It's the little razor. You may have got one of those. And you just kind of put it in there and twist it. And it gets, if you get a shot that's got too much, it'll actually get rid of it. I got a little mat here too. This is actually one of Caitlin's old blow drying heat maps from her salon that I use as a nice silicone pad to catch grounds and heat resistant and stuff. So that's a double shot. So we'll get that in a second. I'm gonna do just a regular latte this time. That's like just a double shot latte if you order like a medium. So pour milk. I usually pour it just below the notch in the cup, as you can see on the inside. And then I add a little more creamer to it, like I do, just for sweetness and a little more richness. Flip it to steam. If you were doing an iced coffee, you could just brew the espresso straight in this cold milk and then pour it over ice, and you could do iced coffee that way. Caitlin likes iced coffee. I'm not a fan. So we're gonna get the milk a little bit thicker this time. It looked a little too thin, so as it's steaming out, right in top, where it sounds like tearing construction paper again. And as the milk actually gets fatter, as it's foaming, or the volume kind of picks up, I keep easing it out. And you kind of want it at an angle to spin the milk. You don't want it straight down where it's coming straight up. If it spins, it just kind of foams a little more evenly. And you can see, instead of being at the notch, we're quite more over the notch now as the milk's kind of picking up. The pour spout, sorry. This one might take a little bit longer to steam. I think your machine probably steams a little better. You got the fancy one. I think it's a little more powerful. Yours has got a double broiler, I think the Oracle does. So you could actually, mine's only got 1 broiler, so I can only use 1 heat thing at a time, either steam or brew it. So I can't brew until I've been steaming, but I think yours has 2 broilers, so you could already be brewing your espresso there, which is why I want that one. And you keep filling the cup. It's kind of warm now, but it's not really hot. And you can see it spinning as it's kind of more swirling and spinning. That's getting pretty hot. And I actually let a little bit of steam blow as I pull it out. That keeps that, actually the nozzle and the lumen of that heating without filling up milk backwards into it. Put the double shot in my cup. So this one should hopefully take a little bit longer than the other one. Pressure kind of goes up a little bit to start with, and then better. And we're kind of hanging in that espresso range. I'm not sure what yours looks like. Yeah, that one seemed to do better. Nice thick crema on top. You could just, when I'm in the morning, I'm not trying to make a hard or anything. I just dump it straight in there. This may be too thick, but no, it's doing okay. It's kind of a heart, but not really. But that way, that one tended to do a little bit better than the first one that I did, and it's got, you know, nice foam on top and etc. So maybe that helps. That one tended to do a little bit better.